Hi, Pete Clark, 21 Whispers. I'm going to go back old school to share an old school model with you that in discussions with some of my clients recently, they found it quite helpful in the re-emerging into the office or this hybrid scenario that we're now in. And it's a model you'll be very familiar with. It's a classic 2x2. One axis is will, or confidence, or anxiety, or motivation, or mindset. The other axis is skill, competence, capability, commonly known as a skill-will framework. I've seen it named confidence, competence. We know it's part of situational leadership. And whilst it's an old school framework, and it's obviously more complex than how simple we're making it, as I've referred to it with some of my clients in helping them think about, as people come back into the office, as people navigate hybrid working, whether they're the one from home or not, it's perhaps useful to think about this framework to help understand where someone might be and how you as the leader might adapt and change your approach accordingly. So if someone has high or low will, that might be, for example, their level of anxiety coming back into the office for whatever reason. Homeschooling, community, sick parents, their own vaccination status, wherever that might be. That might be different to the level of willingness that you saw prior to lockdown. Their skill components may have changed because their client needs might have changed, the role might have changed. I know many of you who joined organizations 18 months ago haven't known anything other than being in lockdown and working on a 2D screen. So even just considering this very simple framework, that when you think about the individual, the tasks that they have to complete, the most important tasks, a task might have for them, they might have really high competence, but low in motivation for whatever reason. So that would require a different approach from you to understand the lack of motivation. There might be a task up here where they've got high confidence, but low skill. That would require a different approach, more guidance perhaps than understanding the underlying motives. They might have some tasks in here where they're low skill, low will, low confidence, low competence, high anxiety, low competence. That will require a very different approach, probably more directing, probably more help and support with deadlines and what to do by when through whom. They obviously might have tasks that sit up here where you can almost delegate the how-to. High skill, high will, high confidence, high competence. One of the critical distinctions is that in the past I've seen people, I believe wrongly, use this as a people framework, and they place people in these places, which is one of the worst things I think we can do. This is one individual, and this is the number of tasks, the tasks that they have to complete to be successful at their role. If you think about the role that you do, you've probably got many different tasks that you have to complete, and you've probably got different levels of confidence, motivation, capability levels amongst each. And if you're treated according to the level of your task, assuming we're trying to get as many as we can up to the top right. Of course, if you have someone that has the majority of the tasks that sit in the low box, low capability, low motivation, then we're possibly trying to free up their future. But for the rest of our people, we're keeping them and we're trying to understand where does that task level sit at. So we as the leader or the manager or the team leader can adapt our approach accordingly to help them thrive and building their confidence and their competence. I'm Pete Clark from 21 Whispers. If we can help you with any of these distinctions, please get in touch. 21whispers.com. Cheers.